Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 558 based on novel. So let's start. Senior, don't talk. Now I can only protect your mind and spirit. Your dragon body has been detonated by you. You must wait until the catastrophe is over and re-refining the dragon body before it can be restored. You too must not interfere in the next battle. In the face of this loyal Dragon Clan Supreme Elder Long Yuan, Xiao Yan also expressed a trace of admiration from the bottom of his heart and tried his best to treat him. Xiao Yan could not help but admire Xiao Yang for being able to do this sacrifice of life for the Golden Dragon King. Young Dragon Lord, the Dragon Lord is now retreating in the Dragon God Stone Monument to realize the power of the Dragon God. In addition, there are also the Silver Dragon King and a purple-haired girl who also entered it. Their purpose is also the Dragon God. God's power. I'm worried. As the fire of life on his soul body was not burning, Long Yuan hurriedly said to Xiao Yang. Purple-haired girl? Xiao Yang narrowed his eyes slightly, as if he had a bad premonition in his heart. That girl seems to have the power of the Dragon God. Also ask the young Dragon Master to quickly step into the Dragon Godstone Monument and rescue the Dragon Master. Long Yuan suddenly knelt down and gave Xiao Yang a standard Dragon Clan gift. Now, he has no fighting power and can only pin the Dragon Clan's last hope on Xiao Yang. I have the blood of the Golden Dragon King flowing on my body, and I can know the safety of my uncle. Although Long Yuan is still seriously injured, he still has a good fighting ability. You too rest here. Kalin, I'm here to help you. Xiao Yang's voice just fell, and suddenly more surging flame fluctuations burst out, flying towards the field. The Golden Dragon King is the most important thing, but in the current situation, if he forcibly leaves, it will inevitably happen unexpectedly. Moreover, judging from the induction of blood essence in the body, the aura of the uncle seems to be caught in some kind of mystery. You first. Kalin faced Long Yuan alone, the two fought each other, and the fight was indistinguishable for a while, but seeing Xiao Yang put the good Dragon God Stone tablet and did not go, instead he joined the battle circle here, Kalin's eyes were wide open. With a slight wrinkle, he rolled his eyes involuntarily. I'm not putting anyone around me in danger. Just as Xiao Yang finished speaking, the dazzling holy flame turned into a pair of magnificent fire wings behind him, and with a slight shock, he swooped directly towards Long Yuan under the stunned eyes of Kalin. The fire wings lingering with dazzling flames and known as terrifying destructive power, Xiao Yang, blessed by the power of golden dragon scales, is like an unruly fire dragon, violently slamming into Long Yuan's body. Such a terrifying impact turned out to make Long Yuan's body retreat quickly, faintly, as if it would explode completely at any time. Now that Xiao Yang's body has been poured with the blood of the Golden Dragon King, the lethality might not be weaker than that of Long Yuan. This guy. Kalin was slightly stunned, and saw a gorgeous flame dragon moving rapidly from one side of the square, and hit the other side of the square in an instant. Right. The current Long Yuan, under such a fierce attack by Xiao Yang, was retreating en route. It seemed that it was only a matter of time. Bang! The huge pressure made Long Yuan's bones buzzing. Seeing Xiao Yang's attack with the determination to kill, a madness finally appeared in Long Yuan's eyes. Today, if he is greedy for life and fear of death, he may not wait for the success of the Silver Dragon King, and he will completely fall into the hands of Xiao Yang. Under the threat of death, he is finally completely moved. It's no wonder that the Golden Dragon King is so concerned. It turns out to be a tricky thing. But Ben Taishang will not fail. In the face of Xiao Yang's fierce killing attack, the latter's punches and kicks, even fire wings, etc., all became like sharp blades in the latter's hands, stabbing Long Yuan's scarred body little by little. But Long Yuan, the madness in the eyes became stronger and stronger, and even the vast reincarnation fluctuations swept out from the void entrenched around him, with a terrifying momentum. He wants to blow himself up. Long Yuan, who had just calmed down in the distance, suddenly shrank his eyes and lost his voice. The quasi-9 reincarnation level, combined with the keel, the power of the two exploded together. I am afraid that even the current Xiao Yang can't handle it. Such destructive power is too terrifying. Roar. The human body of Long Yuan disappeared in an instant, and instantly turned into a Zhong Shuguang dragon. The dazzling scarlet rays of light flickered frantically from the dragon's scales all over the body, and immediately gathered at the dragon's mouth at an amazing speed. At the mouth of the dragon, there is a red bone block that looks like a human fist floating slowly, a keel. Countless violent energies poured out from the body of the light dragon and gathered on the keel at the dragon's mouth. In an instant, the keel slowly deformed, and finally turned into a blood-colored light bead in the size of half a jong. The blood-colored light beads are extremely small, like an empty shell without any power, but the extremely scarlet light on it, slowly releasing a smell of extreme yang and evil, swept away from it little by little, spreading on the entire Dragon God Plaza. At the moment when this wave appeared, the pupils of the others shrank slightly, clearly smelling the wave that was infinitely close to death. What a powerful death wave! Xiao Yang's body quickly retreated, and his face immediately became solemn. Such a devastating attack might be comparable to a real quasi-god fighting skill. I am afraid that such a killer can only be dealt with quasi-god level fighting skills. But if too much power is wasted here, what will happen to the safety of the Golden Dragon King? Let me come. Your power needs to be reserved to deal with the Silver Dragon King in the Dragon God Stone Tablet. Just as Xiao Yang was bathed in the dazzling holy flames and ready to start, Kalin stretched out his hand slightly to calm the restless power in Xiao Yang's body. But there was a lot of worry on Xiao Yang's brows. Kalin's strength was still a little powerless to deal with such a terrifying scene. This king is the queen of the Medusa clan, and also the inheritor of the 10-colored sky-swallowing python, 9th level quasi-level. What can I do? Facing Xiao Yang's questioning, Kalin spoke coldly, her arrogant voice filled with an indestructible coercion. Just after he finished speaking, a dazzling brilliance began to flash in his deep eyes, as if condensing some attacks that transcended heaven and earth. 1 color, 2 colors. Counting carefully, the brilliance in the latter's eyes turned out to be as many as 9 colors. Even the 9th color is looming, but it is real. With the increase of the 9th color, the color scale can now face this guy head-on. Ha ha ha. This battle the winner will only be the Silver Dragon King. Wait for the trial. The killing intent from the sky swept out from above Guanglong's body, and immediately the blood-colored light beads flickered towards Kalin and Xiao Yang like a meteor. Shaking slightly, the energy of heaven and earth around the two disappeared instantly, and even their bodies became solidified, as if they had been banished to a kingdom of death, and only cold death awaited them. You seem too happy too soon. Just when the shadow of death began to shroud the two of them, the cold sound of the color scales resounded through the heavens and the earth, and immediately a 9-color energy beam burst out from their eyes, under the gazes of countless people, quietly collided with the blood-colored light beads. The energy beam surrounded by as many as 9 colors is like an attributeless death ray, quietly coming to the side of the blood-colored light bead. Immediately, under everyone's attention, just a blink of an eye, Long Yuan desperately casts a quasi-god level fight. The attack was completely petrified by the latter's strange power, and turned into a stone bead that Gubwa was not surprised. There was no energy fluctuation on the stone bead, and then it collapsed on the ground of Dragon God Square, and the atmosphere in the whole world became calm. For a while, the battle of everyone in the audience actually came to a standstill. This enchanting woman who looks extremely glamorous has never even possessed the strength of the 9 reincarnation rank, but why does she possess such terrifying strength? Kalin's ability to penetrate the sky is really too appalling. The breath of this girl, 9 colors, snake spirit, 10-colored swallowing python. In the distance, Taishang Long Tian watched such a dramatic scene, combined with the snake spirit and other objects around Kalin. He immediately guessed something, and a burst of joy filled his heart. The power of the 10-colored sky-swallowing python is almost equal to that of the Dragon Clan. It is not surprising that it has such power. Gulu, impossible. What kind of sorcery are you doing? In an instant, seeing how easily his devastating blow was destroyed so easily, endless despair spread from the depths of Long Yuan's mind. He was so proud of the powerful strike that he was so strangely defeated in a class of women. For Long Yuan, this is definitely a big joke. Facing Long Yuan's doubts, Kalin couldn't help but sneer, but in order to condense such a terrifying attack, it obviously consumed a lot of the latter's strength, and he couldn't perform a second time in a short period of time, and the result was good. Medusa's petrified eye, after being blessed by the power of the 10-colored sky-swallowing python and the evolution of color scales, the goal of solidification and petrification is not only living beings, but even some destructive powers are enough to petrify away. Long Yuan, you are extremely sinful. This seat is a disciple of the Golden Dragon King, and today I will clean up the dragon door for my uncle. Holy flame. Looking at the rout Long Yuan, Xiao Yang didn't have the slightest pity in his eyes. The majestic holy flame in his body surged, suddenly turned into a huge flaming blade, raised it high and blasted it away. The flaming giant blade condensed with sacred fire, and the destructive fluctuations in it are not something that the now dying Long Yuan can resist. These powerhouses who provoked civil strife in the Dragon Clan eventually need to pay the corresponding price for their actions. And just when Xiao Yang's thunderous means appeared and was about to completely destroy the latter, a strange and dizzying force suddenly erupted from the Dragon God Stone monument in the distance. Above the golden stele, there was a deep silver vortex, and the energy in it made everyone's complexion change greatly. As soon as the silver vortex appeared, it was like a huge greedy mouth, ruthlessly swallowing all the breath in the dragon tomb. The Silver Dragon King is suspicious and cautious by nature. These powers are impressively left behind by the Silver Dragon King. If they are sucked into them, they may easily be banished into the turbulent flow of time and space. For a time, there was only a small amount of dragon energy left in the dragon tomb, the dragon body after the death of the dragon powerhouse, and even Long Yuan, who was seriously injured and on the verge of death, had not had time to make any resistance and was instantly inhaled. Among them, exiled to the void of different dimensions, life and death are uncertain. Suppressing the three dragon kings must not be sucked in. Yun, Kalin is with me. At this moment, the blood in Xiao Yang's body suddenly became restless, and even the golden dragon king dragon scales on his skin erupted with unprecedented unease. Okay. The two women looked at each other, and the peak combat power surged together, following Xiao Yang. The safety of the dragon clan will be handed over to you. Xiao Xian, the Baxia Dragon King and the Fire Dragon King looked at each other, and agreed without any tweaking. A few people first sheltered the two of Long Tian, and then displayed the power of heaven, blocking the majestic suction in the silver vortex from absorbing the three dragon kings, and a group of people stalemate in the Dragon God Plaza. Silver Dragon King. This fellow. We tried our best to help you, but you actually tried to obliterate us. In an instant, looking at the power of time and space in the silver vortex, the three dragon kings also gave up their resistance. After all, they knew that once they were sucked into the silver vortex, their lives would also face unprecedented threats. Well, let's go. Kalin and Yun looked at each other and smiled, and immediately followed Xiao Yang and stepped into the Dragon God Stone monument. Xiao Yang held the palms of the two women on the left and right, and a long-lost warmth flickered, but it was fleeting after a while, because he knew that there was still the most challenging thing waiting for them. Save the Golden Dragon King and quell the civil strife of the Dragon Clan, even if you sacrifice your life for it. At this time, what is known as the highest forbidden place for the Dragon Clan, the resting place of the Dragon God, and the Dragon God Stone monument, there are also some unknown things happening. When the Golden Dragon King stepped into the Dragon God stele, he found that it was a land full of ancient desolation. There is nothing in the void in the earth. After walking around, only a strange force was caught in the air. Those breaths burst out like hungry wolves with a very greedy breath. It seems that there is something in my body. Something is attracting them. This is the place where the Dragon God rests. The Golden Dragon King walked alone in this dark and empty land, but he didn't find anything. There is no end here, there is no concept of time, and there is not even a trace of the existence of the Dragon God's breath, which makes the Golden Dragon King have serious doubts about the Dragon Stone tablet. Could it be? Is this also a trick of the Silver Dragon King? Although the Golden Dragon King had never stepped into this place before, but based on his ability to temporarily reach the demigod rank before, he clearly remembered that the Dragon God Stone monument was the place where the two sacred relics left by the Dragon God were stored. Tianshu Keel and the will of the Dragon God. Legend has it that if you get it, you can reshape the body, the bones of life and death, and even the supreme keel, the Tianshu Keel, which is enough to break through the endless shackles and turn into a butterfly. And that kind of. It seems that only the Dragon God can control the Dragon God's will. As for what the Dragon God's will is, even the Golden Dragon King does not know, but it can be called the legacy of the Dragon God. I am afraid it will not be what a simple thing. Among the Dragon Clan, the place where the keel is stored is the Dragon Clan burial dragon pond, not the Dragon Tomb. Back then, the Golden Dragon King relied on the strongest keel in the Dragon burial pond, the heaven-shattering keel, and cooperated with the peak of his 9 reincarnation rank to perform the 9 transformations of the Dragon God. With the absolute power of the Dragon God's presence, the evil races outside the territory were terrified. It was also at that time. Let him know these things in the Dragon Tomb, and this scene has just happened. After all, the Dragon Tomb was a forbidden place in the past, and no one even knew about the secrets of the 9 Dragon Kings. As for why the Silver Dragon King knew, I am afraid it is unknown. After the First World War, the keel in the Golden Dragon King's body was sent back to the Dragon Clan. On the way, he was plotted against the superpowers of the extraterritorial saints. In the end, he was forced into desperation. He could only hide in the plain passages of Do-Chi continent and Do-Di continent, maintaining the last passage between the two continents. After all, apart from the Golden Dragon King, few people from other races know that the birthplace of the Xiao clan is the low-level plane called Doqi continent. Therefore, there was also a scene in which Xiao Yang and the 5 emperors broke through. No, there is nothing about the dragon clan in the desolate land here. Could it be a blindfold set up by the dragon god? With my blood essence, the illusion of the 4 directions will be destroyed. After a while, the Golden Dragon King closed his eyes and sat cross-legged in the dim earth. Immediately, his fingertips pierced, and a drop of pure golden blood floated away toward this world. Immediately, the originally dim void and the desolate earth trembled, as if the clouds were pushed aside by this drop of golden blood, and a shocking building slowly appeared in the endless void above the earth. For a time, a familiar scene that once appeared in his mind also reappeared in the sight of the Golden Dragon King. The huge pressure of heaven and earth instantly squeezed the body of the Golden Dragon King, and his footsteps were slightly sunken on the ground. A huge pressure made the Golden Dragon King look solemn. The Golden Tower. The keel, the will of the Dragon God. The Golden Dragon King stared blankly at the scene in front of him and lost his voice. With such an appearance, it is astonishing that when he temporarily reached the demigod level, after using the Dragon God 9 transformation Dragon God, the image that appeared in his mind was exactly the same. Above this endless desolate land, in the dead void, there is a nearly perfect golden tower, standing on it in an extremely strange and sharp triangle shape. The golden ripples rippling around the giant tower, forming an insurmountable forbidden world of heaven and earth. The exquisite dragon-shaped patterns are scattered all around the tower, full of indescribable majesty. However, although the giant tower is beautiful and sacred, there is no substantial road leading to the spire of the giant tower. On the top of the golden tower, there are 2 high-quality, almost transparent jade boxes in trench. Looking up, in the jade box, one is a piece of jade-colored bone the size of an arm, and there is a trace of emerald-colored liquid flowing all over the body, so that the items in this jade box are filled with a kind of overpowering the terrifying breath of heaven and earth. In the other box, there is a group of colorful energy gas. It's just that the gas didn't fill the whole box, but a part of it was missing. Even if you look closely, the edge of the box containing this gas turned out to have a slight crack that was hard to detect. Someone forcibly stole the Dragon God's will. Silver Dragon King? Seeing this scene, the Golden Dragon King's voice suddenly became sharp, and he thought quickly in his mind. The Golden Dragon King's attention has been attracted by the jade box at the top of the Golden Giant Tower. Naturally, he did not find some changes in the void of the Golden Giant Tower. However, at this time, the dragon blood and dragon scales in the Golden Dragon King's body burst out with a very dangerous breath. And its source is this triangular golden tower. Wait, is this dragon body? Whose dragon body are these? For a while, looking at the countless chaotic dragon skeletons and corpses scattered in the void space in the Golden Tower, the voice of the Golden Dragon King trembled instantly. Judging from the aura left on the keel, they were probably the elites of the dragon clan during their lifetimes, and their strength at least surpassed the peak of the eightfold reincarnation. Why did they appear here for no reason? You must know that the Dragon Tomb is a forbidden area, and only the 9 Dragon Kings have the qualifications to enter it. In terms of the particularity of the Dragon Tomb, even the elders of the Dragon Clan cannot easily step into it, and the dragon above the dragon square the stone tablet, those who can enter it, are only the 9 Dragon Kings, and the strength reaches the 9 reincarnation rank. The many dragon bodies floating in the Golden Giant Tower are by no means simple, causing a touch of anger, accompanied by shocking eyes, wandering around the Golden Dragon King together for a long time. What on earth is it? Looking at the illusory body of the Golden Giant Tower, looking at the pieces of dragon bones with mottled energy, the pupils of the Golden Dragon King shrank slightly. With his extraordinary power, it is naturally easy to discover the terrifying power contained in these dragon bones. These unidentified powerhouses are undoubtedly the most powerful beings in the Dragon Clan, but now they seem to have fallen for countless years, which really makes the Golden Dragon King feel heartbroken. These powerhouses are the foundation of the Dragon Clan. The loss of such a large number of powerhouses is a big blow to the Dragon Clan. It's just that the Golden Dragon King also had a worry in his heart. When he was in power, he had elites under his command and countless confidants, but after he returned, they disappeared. With their help, how could the mere Silver Dragon King dare to make trouble? The current situation made the Golden Dragon King's eyelids twitch violently. The strength of these few dragon-bodied powerhouses may also play a pivotal role in the entire Dragon Clan. Why are they arbitrarily discarded here? How did they get in here? The triangular tower of energy, The bones of the dragon, 2 jade boxes. The golden dragon king murmured slowly, and there was a hint of doubt in his golden eyes, but the latter did not realize that with his arrival, those dragon bodies and bones scattered in the void of the golden giant tower like dead objects. It trembled faintly, as if seeing someone who was thinking about it day and night. There was quite a wave of resurgence. With the strength of the golden dragon king at the current ninefold reincarnation level, he is actually unable to discover the mystery in this giant tower of energy. Baxia Dragon King, Long Tian, and others, I'm afraid it won't be delayed for too long. It's not too late, let's do it as soon as possible. After thinking for a while, without any clue, the golden dragon king could only shake his head slightly, and the vast power around him began to flicker. As long as you get one of the 2 supreme sacred relics on the energy tower, the dragon catastrophe can be resolved. As the head of the 9 dragon kings, it is inevitable that the dragon family will continue its glory, and the dragon family must not be destroyed by yourself, otherwise he would be ashamed of the dragon god. The thoughts in his heart became stronger and stronger, and the golden dragon king moved little by little, tried to rise from the desolate ground and climbed directly towards the golden tower, in the fastest time, to collect the power of the dragon god. When the golden dragon king's body broke away from the ground and headed towards the energy tower, the power that was close to the peak between the heavens and the earth surged out in his body, bursting away like a broken bamboo. Looking at this battle, it seems that the mere golden tower can no longer stop the golden dragon king's footsteps. But it is precisely in such a situation where the victory is in hand, a touch of danger is quickly approaching. Bang! In the ancient tower of energy, suddenly there was a terrifying coercion that shook the heavens and the earth. A gorgeous light dragon only the size of a palm gushed out of the tower from nowhere, and the dragon body surged, tearing the tower in an instant. The void, at an astonishing speed, slammed into the high-speed moving body of the golden dragon king. At the moment of the impact, the golden dragon king only felt a tremor in his body, but he was unable to resist this force. A more strange scene, it seems that the moment the golden dragon king stepped out of the desolate land and stepped into the giant tower, all the power in his body seemed to evaporate in an instant. The moment he entered the range of the golden giant tower, the golden dragon king was like a mortal. The terrifying strength of the 9 reincarnations in his body, the mighty power of the golden dragon king, etc. disappeared together. The uneasiness in Wang's heart grew rapidly. Inside the dragon godstone monument, the strange and desolate land, the golden tower and the location of the golden dragon king. Boom! When the golden dragon king tried to jump over the void of the golden giant tower and reach the top of the tower to obtain the dragon god's thing, a low explosion sounded, and the golden dragon king didn't have time to react, and the entire figure was squeezed by the unstoppable force. When he came out, the whole person flew out from the void range of the giant tower. The terrifying impact force made the golden dragon king's body hit the desolate earth unprepared, smashing the desolate earth into a bottomless pit. The target of such a terrifying impact attack, if not for the golden dragon king, who has the honorary title of the strongest body of the dragon clan, even if it were any strong human being, I am afraid that he would have been smashed into flesh and blood, and his body and spirit will be destroyed. What on earth is it? Looking at such a bizarre scene, the embarrassed figure of the golden dragon king gradually climbed out of the deep pit, but above the originally handsome face, there was a dismal face, even the glittering golden dragon scales on the body. At this time it has also become a lot darker. It seems that once I step into the void of the golden tower, all the power in my body seems to fail. At the same time, he will also be attacked by the mysterious and unpredictable power in the golden tower. Only when he leaves the range covered by the golden tower will his power return to normal. Roar! After a while, the golden dragon king's footsteps were firmly on the ground, and the surging golden light slanted out of the body again, and a magnificent dragon roar that resounded throughout the world spread out. The idea just now is just a guess by the golden dragon king. In order to confirm this guess, he must try it once. Countless golden energies turned into a golden dragon of thousands of meters in front of him, with a long and winding body, quietly entrenched on the top of the golden dragon king's head, quite awe-inspiring and domineering. Killing intent, the golden dragon scales all over his body flashed some kind of destructive power of terror. The golden dragon king who once touched the level of a demigod, even if the dragon body was destroyed and the source was damaged, now he only has the strength of the 9-layer reincarnation, and the combat power that the latter can volatilize should not be underestimated. Boom! The golden dragon king swung hard, the golden dragon rose into the air, and the domineering aura of destruction swept in, even leaving some faint golden light traces in the void along the way. The power of such an attack is earth-shattering. However, even this golden dragon's attack power far surpassed the ordinary quasi-god level fighting skills, but it disappeared within the range of the Golden Giant Tower and disappeared rapidly under the gaze of the Golden Dragon King. The endless void of the giant tower absorbs the general, extremely strange. And the Golden Dragon King, who was standing on the ground below, looked at this scene. It was simply incredible. Until this moment, there was a dignified and puzzled look in the eyes of the Golden Dragon King. It seems that this so-called dragon thing is not simple, especially this Golden Giant Tower. If you don't crack the mystery of this Golden Giant Tower, the two dragon things standing on the top of the tower, I am afraid it is impossible to get involved. Bang bang bang. And just when the Golden Dragon King felt a little bit troubled, a hidden corner of the giant tower suddenly twisted, and a golden dragon roared out again. However, at this time, this attack is not under the control of the Golden Dragon King at all, and even the attack power is a bit stronger than that of the Golden Dragon King just now. Just appeared, it is like a meteor, with a huge coercive and destructive power, dive down to it. Seeing this, the Golden Dragon King didn't think of a good countermeasure for a while, so he was forced to use all his powers, trying to resist with extremely powerful defensive power. The golden ripples in the sky sputtered everywhere, causing the golden dragon scales all over the Golden Dragon King to shine brightly. Not kidding. In such a strange situation, there are naturally some tiny golden ripples, which are slightly attached to the dragon bones floating in the void of the giant tower. In addition to some obscure actions before, those who have already fallen for countless years among the corpses, a trace of breath slowly awakened like bamboo shoots after a rain, and no one found it. No. Back then I temporarily touched the level of a demigod, and there was always a voice in my body guiding me to come back to collect the power of the dragon god. This giant tower must have a way to crack it. At this moment, the Golden Dragon King directly gave up the strong attack, and kept his eyes on the ground and the golden tower, constantly wondering, thinking constantly. Since this is left by the dragon god, it is impossible that there is no way to crack it. Moreover, why are those dragon bodies and bones attached to the surrounding void of the giant tower, not restricted by this kind of power? Scenes of guesses flickered involuntarily. What on earth is it? Thinking, attacking, and explosions reverberated in this dead silence, but the Golden Dragon King could not shake the golden tower in the slightest. Ha ha, big brother. With the failure of the Golden Dragon King again, the void above the desolate earth slowly distorted, and a clear laughter resounded in this world. At the moment when this voice sounded, the Golden Dragon King's face also flashed a gloomy look, his brows knitted tightly, and then he turned to look at the distorted void in the distance. Silver Dragon King temporarily gave up the exploration of the Golden Tower. A calm voice sounded from the mouth of the Golden Dragon King, and his eyes and body looked at the distorted void behind him at the same time. There is no doubt that the non-Silver Dragon King is that wave and sound. Now that the Silver Dragon King has appeared, I am afraid that the Xia Dragon King, Long Yuan, and others from the outside world have all lost their battles. This gamble that every minute counts, it seems that I have lost it myself. I wanted to follow the latter's plan to collect the power of the dragon god before it succeeds, and use absolute power to completely disintegrate the other party's perfect plan, but unfortunately the Golden Dragon King underestimated the dragon god's protection of the two sacred relics' power. In this contest, to a certain extent, the Golden Dragon King lost. The void distorted not far from the Golden Dragon King, and an extremely dazzling silver vortex surged, and then two shadows slowly walked out of it. With the appearance of these two figures, the void above the desolate land shook slightly, and even the bones of the dragons on the golden towers seemed to exude an innate energy that originated from the soul. Deep anger. Two figures, one silver and one purple. Beside the two, even the flow of air has slowed down. The countless energies of this world converged on them at the same time, and the silver brilliance surged slightly, showing no mercy. Devours everything here. Have you really touched the threshold of the pinnacle of the ninefold reincarnation? However, it is so easy to enter the peak of the ninefold reincarnation. Looking at the silver-haired girl at the edge of the deep vortex, the Golden Dragon King couldn't help but snorted coldly. No matter who the Silver Dragon King looks like or what kind of body he has, the Golden Dragon King can still recognize the latter at a glance, because they are the Gold and Silver Dragon King. It is the most powerful being among the 9 Dragon Kings. Big brother. After so many years, you are still so stubborn. I think you returned to the Dragon Clan this time, and the purpose was to unify the Dragon Clan, and then bring the Dragon Clan experts to try to save all beings again. It's just that you have ever thought that trying to save the entire world with the power of one person is simply a fool's dream. If you do this, you are undoubtedly disregarding the countless years of the Dragon Clan's foundation. Do you just want to be the savior of the world? Looking at the embarrassed appearance on the Golden Dragon King's body, the Silver Dragon King's voice was slightly sharp, like a madman who was mad. The Golden Dragon King Murin, he naturally knew that during the First World War, he led the Dragon Clan, the Phoenix Clan, and the Xiao Clan, almost gathering the forces of the Great Thousand Worlds, and just barely managed to repel the outside world, but the price they paid for it was untold. But even so, he didn't have any regrets. This world, which depends on survival, still needs their own protection. If everyone is greedy for happiness, how to protect this world? I am afraid that waiting for them is only a way of destruction. After all, the overall strength of the evil clan outside the realm is too much stronger than that of the Great Thousand World. If everyone is like the Silver Dragon King who is greedy for pleasure, greedy for life and fear of death, what is the need for the existence of the Great Thousand World? How can ants know the ambition of an eagle? The Golden Dragon King shook his head undeniably. All your decisions are just pushing the dragon race to the brink of destruction. Savior. Save the world. It's such a ridiculous idea. Why don't you give me your origin? The dragon race will definitely become the strongest force to replace the center of the human world under the leadership of the Lord. At that time, I will fulfill your unfulfilled wish for you, completely obliterate the alien race, and pay homage to your spirit in heaven. After a while, the Silver Dragon King did not falter at all. His deep eyes were fixed on the Golden Dragon King, and the pressure of heaven and earth swept out from the vortex behind him. Obviously, this was the real purpose of the latter. For a time, facing the words of the Silver Dragon King, a faint smile of disdain began to appear on the handsome face of the Golden Dragon King, and even under that smile, there was some kind of indescribable magic power. Spread out. The Silver Dragon King's first-year female class is even more sinister and vicious. She is so narrow-minded that she can't understand his righteousness, and she really thinks that even if he devours herself, with her power, she can really shake the evil from outside the realm. Clan. It's ridiculous. The Golden Dragon King, the Holy King, and the strongest man of the Xiao clan, Xiao Tianming, who had temporarily reached the level of demigods, gathered the strength of the three to barely repel the leader outside the territory. Now the Second World War is imminent. After countless years, the extraterritorial the strength of the guy in the first place will probably become even more terrifying. Under the smile of the Golden Dragon King, the coercion of heaven and earth exuding from the Silver Dragon King's body was also crushed by him little by little. The Silver Dragon King's heart was condensed, and she also knew that the thin dead camel was better than the horse. Great, the strength of the Golden Dragon King should not be underestimated. The entire void was suddenly silent, and the two figures were opposed to each other. As for the purple-haired the side, ever since she stepped into this void, the purple eyes in her eyes have been staring at a certain jade box above the Golden Giant Tower. The breath in there seems to be exactly the same as the power in her body, and there seems to be an ancient voice in the jade box calling her all the time. In the Dragon Clan, that voice has an exclusive name. Dragon God. The girl chosen by the Dragon God. No wonder she can absorb a trace of the Dragon God's will. However, if you go on like this, you will destroy her. The silence lasted for a while, and the Golden Dragon King suddenly glanced at the purple-haired girl beside the Silver Dragon King, then shook his head. The 9 Dragon Kings that the Dragon has transformed into are the root of the Dragon Clan, and the descendant chosen by the Dragon is the strongest among the Dragon Clan except for the 9 Dragon Kings. Her existence is similar to the reincarnation. However, it is different, but the potential and qualifications of the latter will never lose to the Gold and Silver Dragon King. Over time, it will naturally be the pinnacle of this world. Since the fall of the Dragon God, there have been only 2 descendants selected by him since ancient times. One was the Lord of Long Yuan, who was once comparable to the Lord of the human realm. However, this person's whereabouts are unknown after the First World War, and the second person is the purple-haired girl in front of him. When the descendants selected by the Dragon God appeared, all of them heralded the coming of the catastrophe of heaven and earth. However, the people selected by the Dragon God twice were not people of the Dragon Clan, but some members of the Dragon Clan branch with Dragon Clan blood. Among them the reason, unknown. It seems that with your intelligence, you should have guessed the ins and outs of things. But it doesn't matter, because here will be the end of your life. The purple-haired girl was completely controlled by the Silver Dragon King. Naturally, the Silver Dragon King did not worry about the latter changing temporarily. Moreover, for today's grand ceremony, the Silver Dragon King had planned for 1,000 years, and the preparations made for this are unimaginable to ordinary people. The Golden Dragon King didn't respond. He knew about the Silver Dragon King's ambitions as early as the First World War, but they went out together, so the Golden Dragon King naturally couldn't bear to kill each other. What he didn't expect was that his original kindness had created the catastrophe of the Dragon Clan today, and now the Silver Dragon King's strength is between the ninefold reincarnation level and the peak, and the one with the will of the dragon ***** beside him. The girl, as strong as the Golden Dragon King, has to be taken seriously. With his current strength, his dragon body was destroyed and his keel was not on his body, so he couldn't handle two people at the same time. Once you are defeated, I am afraid that the Dragon Clan will never have peace. By the way, now that you have guessed my plan, let me tell you some secrets. Your subordinates will be stored in this void by me. Do you know where their bodies are? As if thinking of something extremely amusing, a smile suddenly appeared on the delicate face of the Silver Dragon King. Just after he finished speaking, there was a hint of playfulness in his silver eyes, and he stared at the Golden Dragon King quietly. You mean, when the Silver Dragon King said this, the Golden Dragon King's pupils were slightly wrinkled, and then he turned around abruptly, staring at the dragon bodies and bones in the void of the Golden Giant Tower. A trace of extremely weak fluctuations permeated from it, although it was weak, but after a careful feeling, the familiar fluctuations filled it, but for a while, it viciously touched the heart of the Golden Dragon King. 9 Reincarnation Order Long Qing, 9 Reincarnation Order Long Hao, and the Sacred Armor Dragon Army Rule Long Yuan. These 3 of your once most loyal subordinates are now in front of your eyes. But don't worry. Soon, you will be completely reunited with them. Ha ha ha. Seeing the expression of fear and anger mixed with the Golden Dragon King, the Silver Dragon King sneered with great enjoyment. At the same time, the elemental power in her body also began to surge and gather. This video will end here.